Hi, welcome to another time out with Modukwe Eka. This is Relationship Matters with Modukwe Eka. If you're new on this channel, please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share. Hit the notification button so that at any time a new video is uploaded, you'll be sure to get notified. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming once again. I appreciate you so much. Keep the comments rolling in. I enjoy your comments. In the last two videos, there was so much comments and private chatting. So today we'll be gisting around the comments that came in. Sit back and enjoy today's gist. Welcome once again. Today we are discussing toxic traits, personal toxic traits. Remember, we emphasized that we should strive to be the king we are looking for in our partner, and also to be the queen we are looking for in our partner. In other words, what you're looking for in that other person, it is important that you become that person first, so that you will be attractive to whoever is going to be looking out for you. Today, we want to be looking at some traits that are within us. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have those traits. Like I always say, in the place of self-discovery, that lies the foundation for everything that we do. In self-discovery, remember we always say, you should discover yourself first. You need to understand yourself in clear, unambiguous terms. And when you understand yourself, you are clear about what you want. You are able to define you. Subsequently, you are able to define what you are looking for. If you don't know what you're looking for, when you find what you're looking for, how will you recognize it? So today, we'll be taking a personal self-audit. Yes, personal self-audit. I want you to sit back, relax, and as we look at those traits, peradventure, any of them exist within you. It's time to confront it. Yes, it is time to stop the bad habits. In my seminars, when I'm having seminars with couple, or before you say I do, there is one segment we always do. Can you date you? Yes. Can you date you? It's an important question to ponder over. You're looking for the best person. Are you a suitable person yourself? So today, as we look at those traits that might be in us, that is making us toxic to our partner, let's make up our mind to get rid of those habits so that we can become a better person, even for our partner. Today's topic is recognizing your own toxic traits. Yes, your own toxic traits. Most of us think that we don't have any toxic traits. In fact, we think that if we accept that we have toxic traits, then it might reduce our self-worth or our self-confidence. However, that's not so. Recognizing your weaknesses and working on them is what makes you a better person. Life has a way of throwing challenges at us in any shape or form. And there are very many healthy and unhealthy ways to deal with these challenges. When we recognize our toxic traits or any other weakness for that matter in us, and then we deal with it, we become a better person. And for that singular reason, the world enjoy the sweetness of you as a better person. So join me as we look at 8 traits that might be in you. And I want you to sincerely take an extreme inward look at yourself. Remember, whatever you do not confront, you cannot overcome. We need to confront ourselves so that we can be a better person for the world to enjoy the best version of you. The first trait is being judgmental. Being judgmental does not serve anybody. It doesn't serve you, neither does it serve the person you are judging. In fact, it only creates a space where friends, families, and even your partner feel unsafe and disrespected. They feel that they are not heard. When you judge the other person, you only judge from what you know. There might be many other things that you are not aware of and you have not considered, and you are there passing judgments. We shouldn't be judgmental. When you are judgmental, the only thing that you do to that person you are judging is that you are making them feel disrespected. So don't be judgmental. The other part of being judgmental is that it truly reflects how you feel. For instance, maybe you are judging people about how they dress. You might need to ask yourself, are you concerned because you, deep inside you, cannot pull that off yourself? Maybe deep inside you, you are angry because what that person is wearing, if you wear it, it will not fit. Or maybe you are just extreme because you feel that your confidence is not healthy enough to carry you, to pull you through the way that person is dressing. Or you are judging somebody about the way they speak. Maybe you yourself, you think that, oh, she's too loud. When you know that deep down you would have loved to be heard and speak up, but your confidence will not allow you to speak up. When we are judgmental, we need to ask ourselves serious questions, because many times we judge others based on our own poor self-esteem. You judge others because they do things that you probably cannot do. So being judgmental does not serve anybody, like I said. Let's drop it. If you know that you are quick at judging others, you are quick at pointing fingers, you're quick at laying the blame on another person and judging them, it's a toxic trait. Stop it before it stops you. The second trait we'll be looking at is not apologizing. Do you apologize when you are wrong? Do you know how to say, I'm sorry? When you don't apologize for your wrongdoing, then you are not taking responsibilities. When you take responsibility for your action, it is a huge sign of emotional maturity. Saying, I am sorry, and apologizing for your wrongdoing is a true place where growth and maturity starts. When you are able to apologize and say you are sorry for what you have done wrong, something inside of you takes note of that thing, and you are likely 95% of the time not to make that mistake again. But when you don't take responsibility, when you give excuse, when you point fingers, you never get to the stage of maturity. You continue and you make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Simple steps of accepting responsibility and saying I'm sorry can help you to get out of that trap. Learn to say I'm sorry. The next one is passive aggression. Passive aggression is an indirect way of saying things that you mean. It creates an inconsistency in what you say and what you do. For example, you don't want to go to the cinema and I want to go to the cinema. Instead of you to be clear and say, no, I won't go to the cinema, you say, if anything, it's all right. You know what I'm saying. Instead of us to be clear, apologize that no, I wouldn't like to do that today, then you just accept it. You create an inconsistency. What you say does not match how you feel. So that is passive aggression. You are not sincere. Your words are not in alignment with how you feel. It's a toxic trait. It is not good for any relationship. It is better you express yourself and be sincere so that everybody is on the same page and you are carried along in what you're doing. Some examples about passive aggression is complaining about others, criticizing other people at all times, feeling unappreciated, always complaining that you are unappreciated, forgetting things. These are all passive aggression. It is not good for any type of relationship. We need to learn to speak up and be clear about the way we feel instead of hiding behind certain things and then feeling unappreciated or unloved. It is better to speak up. We need to learn to speak up in our dealings with everybody around us. So when you criticize the other person too much, you have a toxic trait. When you are always blaming and pointing fingers at others, you have a toxic trait. When at all times you are feeling unappreciated, you say, I did this, they didn't even recognize, I'm the one that always does this, and pity parties, always complaining and saying everybody wrongs you. It is a toxic trait. Do away with it and your life will be better for it. The next one is guilt. Yes, guilt. Guilt is a form of manipulation. When you don't have your way in a relationship and then you begin to guilt your partner, this brings resentment. Instead of you to be clear and direct about how you feel and what you want, then you begin to pass guilt. You do the guilt blame. Yes, it is you. It is you. It is because of you that this didn't happen. It is because of you that I didn't have the scholarship. It is because of you that I was not promoted. It is because of you that I was late. Every time you try to make the other person guilty, it is a manipulation. Don't do it again. If you do it, please stop it. It is a toxic trait because it does not serve the good of anybody in any relationship. Guilt is a form of manipulation. The sooner you learn that, the better for your relationship. Stop it if you do it because it doesn't serve any good purpose. It is better to sit down and be clear. Learn to say how you feel. It is important that we verbally communicate. It is important that we express ourselves and then we say what we feel instead of manipulating the other person to feel guilty for how we feel. Guilt does not serve the good of anybody. Don't do it again if you're fond of doing it. It's a toxic trait. The next one is jealousy. Yes, jealousy. It is a toxic trait. Jealousy comes directly from how we feel and think about ourselves. Maybe you don't feel too good about yourself. Maybe you're not too confident about yourself. Then your partner gets a little friendly with your friend or neighbor, and then you become very jealous. Instead of you to talk about it, you begin your passive aggression. You make comments that are not nice, and you start a huge war over something that is very minute, because deep down you are jealous. Maybe that friend or that neighbor you think has better confidence than you. So you are jealous that your partner is speaking to that person. It is better at such time to focus on the good things about yourself. Look inward. Check yourself. God did not create you without some fantastic and valuable talents. Focus on the good things about yourself instead of starting a war on things that can easily be discussed. Jealousy does not serve anybody's good. It is indeed a very toxic trait. If you are the jealous type, confront it and try to do away with it. It doesn't serve any good in any relationship. The next point is stubbornness. Yes, stubbornness. Stubbornness is a toxic trait. Some people consider stubbornness as a good trait because for them it means that they get what they want and they are not cheated out of what they want. But the truth is that it also means that you don't compromise and you are not negotiable. Compromise and negotiation are essential ingredients for any healthy relationship. When you don't compromise and when you don't negotiate, then the relationship becomes one-sided. You are the only one that will be getting what you want and how you want it, which is not good for the other partner. If you have that trait of being stubborn, look inward and try to become more flexible. Flexibility is key in having an enduring relationship. There are times to compromise. There are times to let go and let the other person have their way. In every relationship, compromise and negotiation is key. So, being stubborn does not serve the overall good of any relationship. Finally, we're looking at victim mentality. A lot of times, many people play the victim. They blame their partner for everything. They don't accept responsibility. They think that life just happened to them. Oh, they are the pity one. They are the one that is always on the receiving end. This is a very toxic trait. When you constantly feel like the victim, it means that you are not in charge of anything in your life. As it happens, I'm just not lucky. It is always like that for me. What a pity. I know. From the beginning, I just know that was what was going to happen. Don't play the victim. It doesn't serve anybody's purpose. It doesn't serve your purpose. It doesn't serve your partner's purpose. Accept responsibility. Don't think that everything happened and everything is against you. It is a toxic trait. Look inward. If you love to play the victim, there's something fundamentally wrong. Address the issue. It could be an emotional baggage from your past. It could be something that happened to you while you were young. It could be a result of a trauma. Anything. but it is not a good trait. When life happens to us, everything that happens in life, it's not the thing that is important. It is how we react to it that makes a difference. So things happen to everybody, but how you react to that thing that happened to you is what makes the huge difference in who you become. So don't play the victim. It's not a good trait. Get rid of it and decide today to take responsibility for your actions and for your life. Very important. Finally, there's no better time than now to look inward. This point that we've discussed, if there is any of it that you know is existing in your life, confront it. Look at it eyeball to eyeball and decide that no, I'm going to do away with you. And as you do that, you are improving yourself and you are becoming a better version of yourself. Until I come your way another time, have a lovely and prosperous week ahead of you. Remember to like, subscribe and share. Once again, my name is Modupe Eka and this is Relationship Matters with Modupe. Bye. Thank you for staying tuned. See you another time.